Hello, beautiful people. Today I thought I would talk to you about breathing a little bit. It's one thing that's very, very important to any yoga practice, and actually it's important in any exercise regimen to know how to breathe, breathe well, breathe consciously, and with purpose. And so before I get into showing you Nido flows and different poses that you can do, it's important to, I think, teach you about breathing a little bit. The main reason is that because when you become challenged, whether it's exercise of a different sort or in your yoga practice or just in life in general, sometimes we have a tendency to go into that fight or flight instinct that we have that was really excellent for the ancient humans who lived in caves and could get killed by saber-toothed tigers. We still have that instinct. We still have that fight or flight. But now, since we don't have the tigers in our dens any longer, we have jobs that we hate, and we have traffic that sucks, and we have all of these different things happening that cause that fight or flight, that super shallow breath that doesn't actually nourish you at all. So the idea behind having a breath practice to go along with your yoga practice is that you can begin to sort of cultivate this deeper breath and this relationship with your breath, which is the bridge between your mind and your body. What happens in your mind? Oh no, there's a crazy tiger in my den. Freak out, body freaks out. So it's very important to understand that your state of mind informs your breath, but it's also very wise and important to know that your breath can inform your state of mind. So that is to say, when you're upset about your traffic, when you're upset about your boss, when you're upset you can't pay your rent, whatever it is, that you can use your breath to calm your body and your mind down, which is an extremely valuable tool in life. It might even be more valuable than a strong and capable body, I think, to be able to calm yourself down is so important. So anyhow, I have two breaths for you, and also a quick little lesson on how you breathe. Diaphragm. Your diaphragm attaches to the inside of your rib cage like a drum head. Above your diaphragm is your heart and your lungs. Below your diaphragm is everything else. Dry organs, wet organs, diaphragm. When you inhale, your diaphragm moves down. You need to allow your belly to expand. This is one of the reasons why it's not a good idea to wear really tight clothes. You can't breathe heavily. You can't breathe deeply because your belly has nowhere to go if your pants are 3 sizes too small. So first things first, understanding that your diaphragm, inhale, it moves down, belly moves out and expands. As you exhale, your diaphragm is going to move back up because the lungs are expelling the air. There's no need for all this space anymore. The diaphragm moves back up. So I think first things first, maybe I have 3 breaths for you. First thing to do, just figure that out. Just breathe. Just close your eyes and breathe and see if you can sort of feel, diaphragm, down, belly. Let your belly expand. As you exhale, the diaphragm moves up. Notice that your belly contracts and just kind of become friends with your breath a little bit. The other thing that I wanted to talk to you about is Ujjayi breath. So this, I guess, is the second breath that I have for you. Ujjayi involves contracting your throat just a little bit. So think about when you want to fog a mirror or something, you go, you do that, but with your mouth closed. So it's, and you do it on the inhale too. So what ends up happening with that is you kind of draw the breath out. It gets much longer. You can kind of sip the breath in, and you can barely send it out. So Ujjayi would have you I'm not sure if you can hear that. I hope you can. If you can't hear it, then just make a ha sound, but do it with your mouth closed. That's the ha is the contraction of the throat. That's what you want. Make the ha sound, but with your mouth closed. Do it a long time. Do it on the inhale and on the exhale. Ujjayi. The third breath that I wanted to teach you about is alternate nostril breathing, where the Ujjayi breath will kind of regulate the inhale and the exhale. The alternate nostril breathing will regulate your breath from side to side. So you use your hand, you make your little hang 10 symbol here. Your pinky is going to be for your left nostril, your thumb is going to be for your right nostril. So you take a couple breaths naturally, just in through your nose, out through your nose. Inhale, plug your left nostril and inhale through your right. At the top of that inhale, plug both nostrils. And then as you exhale, exhale out the left. Inhale through the left. Plug both. Exhale right. Inhale right. Plug both. Exhale left. That would be one complete breath. You can go as long or as short as you like with that. The alternate nostril breathing is good for you because each of your nostrils feed up into each of the hemispheres of your brain. And throughout the day, your nostrils actually function at different levels. And so the alternate nostril breathing will kind of clear things out and even things out. So it, just like any other conscious breath, is really good for you when you're kind of freaking out, you feel a little bit off kilter, something's not right, you need to be more creative, you need to be more analytical. Those are two different sides of your brain if you're feeling like you aren't very balanced in those areas. Try the alternate nostril breathing and see if that might help a little bit. So I hope that gives you a few little seeds. There's so much more to study with the breath. There's so much more you can do with that. But I wanted to keep things short for you. I like the idea of just little snippets so you can just kind of play with it on your own. And so, you know, just sit down, breathe. Then try your Ujjayi breath on. Do the contraction of the throat a little bit. See if you can lengthen things out a little bit. Inhale, exhale. And then your alternate nostril breathing is going to kind of help with the brain side of things. So start with those, see where you end up. I hope it's helpful. You can obviously incorporate it into your poses and your yoga practice. You should incorporate it into those things. But it's also just good for life skills, important stuff. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I'll see you soon. Bye.